The ADAC Sim Expo 24 was an absolutely blast, and without a doubt that these have been the best Sim Expo to date. The event finally pushed aside the ghosts of the past with over 80 brands attending and a record-breaking of 14,000 tickets sold. This year marked a new high for Southwest Vision and for Sim Racing as it adds in what feels like a golden, perhaps even a diamond era. With so many stands to explore, it was hard to choose the favorites because the quality of everything is just incredible. So in the video I will give you my top 10 hardware and software picks that I try and love at the Expo. There's no particular order, these are just the best of the best in my opinion. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell for more content like this, and if you want more in-depth discussions about sim racing versus motorsport, make sure to check out my podcast Kia has the Sim Racing Podcast, where we've been helping sim racing's transition to the real world racing and go into deep what's the ins and outs of both worlds. And to start it, of course, I have to go with the Assetto Corsa Evo. We got to experience the Alpha version in 3 different modes, the Porsche 911 Cup single racing, the Alpine on the rainy Bathurst, and the Hyundai i30 at Brandach with a wet and dry tarmac. The game have been totally revamped from using the Unreal Engine 5 that you saw on Assetto Corsa Competizione, and the graphics animations are completely stunning. You have day to night transition, dynamic atmosphere change. The rain effects on the cars are amazing, but let's talk about what is important. Force feedback feels more balanced and intuitive comparing with the last games, especially when you use the Fanatec gear. I tried Logitech, I tried Monza, but it was with the Fanatec that I felt more connect and I felt more when the car wanted what is needed. Despite being on early stage or early alpha, I'm confident that the game will deliver when it launches in January, and of course we'll be counting with 20 cars and 5 trucks. Second one have to be IMsim from Portugal that bought for the first time to the Expo the Garra, completing the lineup of Alma Terra and of course their Talento pedals. The attention to detail is next level, and I got to chat with Tiago where he explained the reasons and why Garra is one of the best sims in the market.
I'm Tiago from IMsim, and we brought Garra to the Sim Racing Expo. Apart from the classic 4 actuator system from D-Box and our proprietary haptic system that uses 4 butt kickers, we also brought active seat belts and also an active chair that has some haptic feedback as well. It might sound like it's a bit overwhelming, but what we did was we used different devices to represent different things on driving. Then the seat belts are amazing because they give you a sense for gear shifting, imperfections on the road, and also, again, grip. So when you brake, you feel the maximum tension, and you also feel them let go a little bit when ABS kicks in or when the tires lock. You really feel that you're not braking as much as the car is capable of. So you can also use that feedback to measure your braking. Our pedals are really good pedals, so they also help you with getting that trail braking done right. And the haptics on the seat also give you some feedback on gear shifting and also loss of traction, especially on the rear of the car.
One of the most innovative setups I saw was TCS Sim Rig. What makes this rig stand out is the ability to switch between GT to F1 sitting positions in under 30 seconds. Probably nothing new, but that's quick. They have a game changer. It's a fully accessible for wheelchair users, allowing anyone to race with just a couple of quick adjustments. A huge step forward in accessibility for sim racing. The impact that can have in the race room or even to attract more esports community is amazing. Who knows, the idea is here and I really love it. In fourth, Delta Tech directly from UK, they came to conquer and they sold almost everything they had in display. They showcased a screenless version that is 1.25 kilos lighter with the I-Force buttons and a smooth, precise shifters. The ergonomics are perfectly dialed in, you can reach every control without lifting your hands from the wheel. I love the grips, the bright colors, and they showcase the quality in build. Continuing on UK, you have BDH with their iconic H-pattern shifter build from a Miata MX-5 and inspired on the rally car's dog box. This thing is a masterpiece of engineering, ultra durable and highly adjustable. Is one of the pieces of gear that you invested in owns and it lasts a lifetime. You can move from H pattern to a shifter in a twitch of a second, and you can improve the tension on it. Soon you put your eyes on it, you know that you are for a treat. VPG have obtained the full license for a Ford Mustang GT3, and while you're expecting a replica, this is more than one-to-one, is a state of art, and showcase of sim racing can go behind the motorsport. Full carbon steering wheel with a tool of 1.1 kilos, while I try it on the Novos Sim Rig that go for the price of 35,000. Believe me or not, was the steering wheel from VPG that I focused totally. From the grip, finger positions, the lightness, you feel complete and you feel part of the sim. Over to SimLab, where they showcase the new 35 newtons wheelbase, boasting an incredible refresh rate. It's still in development, but even there you can see how raw and you see the power and precision that it offers. I also got to try the replica Mercedes F1 wheel that they had one. While the feel of the steering was great, it's a one-to-one Formula wheel, so it's a treat for your eyes. I didn't feel that connecting with the other SimLab steering wheels. Possible to the position, possible to the way that was set up, but you know, the quality is there, the wheel is beautiful, and probably one of the best looking wheels ever, but still showcase that our SimLab still need to improve, but their wheelbase are here to stay. Moving into the last surprise of innovation that will take sim racing and more close to motorsport, the first one has to be the P1Sim collaboration with Peugeot. As you know, P1 is a French company that's been collaborating and make their ways into the new sim racing and show us all about it. Imagine you drive and everyone around you feels the same that you. Exactly. You sit around, you have a D-box system that works in the same way with the four attenuators that you have on a sim, and you feel everything. Feel the vibration, elevations, like no other, like you are on a roller coaster, but in this case a sim one. This is a type of investment for a museum or an event where you can feel what is feeling the driver. More precise, I think this one can be using for the next level of esport, where we can experience what is being driving by the drivers. While the P1 Sim is already a state in sim racing community with their wheels, P1 Mistral pedals, now they bought a new steering wheel with a removable dashboard. Now let's talk about the Peugeot 206 Rally Simulator. This setup is an absolute dream for any rally aficionado. Imagine stepping inside of the full kit and out rally car. Just you and your co-pilot experience the adrenaline of a real rally. Inside you got an ultra power PC running the show, a massive 49 Samsung curve monitor, Moza wheelbase and a full suite of SRP pedals, shifter, a sequential gearbox to push your limits. What really set this experience apart is the D-box motion system and the seatbelt tensioning, not just for you, the driver, but for both seats. It's all about a total immersion. As the seatbelt tightens and pulls you into the action, you feel every bump, turn and acceleration, like you're really out there on the dirty track. The only thing I found a little bit off was the force feedback on the steering wheel. With all the movements, sometimes I will take me away and not be able to control the car on the right time. But that's don't take the fact that this sim is a glimpse into the future of rally simulators. It's the kind of setup that gets your heart racing, and can't wait to see how they're gonna continue to refine it. For last, Sabelt showed us something totally out of the blue. Now the innovation on their rig itself was anything huge this time, more of a sleek black matte finish, but is on a seat where you really see something interesting improvements. First, they have introduced a new level of cushion that adds a lot more comfort, pushing the realism even further, and with that in mind that they bring the modular set concept closer to your own setup. With the help of two mix agents inside the cushion, you can really mold the seat to fit the exact shape of your body. This adds extra comfort, immersion, and even helps with the sweat prevention during these long sim sections. The only downside is, just like in real life, once the seat is shaped to your body, you can't reshape it. But still, this is a great step towards making your sim racing experience even closer to reality. Before we wrap it up, I have to mention some honorable highlights. Fanatec continued to lead the pack with the last wheels, like the Bentley GT3 and the Porsche new model. Hyundai made history by becoming the first car manufacturer officially involved into sim racing at the Expo. Big shout out to the Women Sim Racing Arena. They definitely deserve more attention next year and probably a different spot inside of the Expo. The Bavaria SimTech crew had a cool stand as well, and a huge props to the Traxium team with Toms, John and the crew that holding down in the UK, showing that resilience can take you anywhere. That's it, everything for the rundown of ADAC Sim Expo 2024. I hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the event. Let me know in the comments which gear stood out for you, and if you were at the expo, what are your personal highlights.